A 3,
A 2, a
a
1.
1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Read This, Read That. And we're back live.
And we are real toddy. RTRT stands for real toddy, real toddy, real toddy.
No, we ain't accepting that. What is it?
Real
306. No, we're not real tardy. Not by lemon late standards. Lemon late standards is at least 15 minutes.
But see, that's lemon late.
We're not even in double digits. We're not even in double. No, we're not gonna get that little thing going. Because Don will pick it up. He's one. We are not.
Whatever. Well, here, welcome to Read This, Read That. Thank you all for being here. We're back live again. I'm in a new studio.
Yeah. Where are you? In the basement?
I'm actually in the basement. I'm in the TJRS studio. If I lean this way, you'll see the basement set behind me. If you go around the corner, you'll see the Joy Reid show set around the corner, and hair and makeup is back there. So it's like I'm in the actual company studio. I'm in the Image Lab Media Group studio rather than upstairs in the house.
Yeah, because it's like a whole thing. I've seen it. It's like a whole like you could do so many things with that space.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a screening room, a bar. It's like there's a world. It's a different world down here, which is our work world as opposed to the living world.
Right.
We're not living. We're not dead. You know what I'm saying?
And as much as you love Halloween, I can't wait to see what you do with that space for Halloween.
It's going to be frightening and enlightening.
Well, listen, let me start off with my lip gloss and saying that I'm mad at Joy-Ann because I told her ass yesterday that I demanded to be on the Joy Reid show, and I was ignored. I was absolutely ignored, although I did recall, and it seems like if all goes well, I've been booked for Wednesday. So
I've been buked and you've been booked.
Let me make the announcement that I will be a guest on the Joy Reid show on Wednesday. So please mark your calendars. If you aren't subscribed to the Joy Reid show, please do so
right now.
So you don't miss my appearance. No, let me say this. The reason why I insisted that she book me on her show is because I want access to her audience to do what this audience may already know if you all follow us on social media. So if you've been a long time cousin, then you know that I'm always talking about I think that Joy-Ann should be a host on SNL. Well, as it turns out, last weekend, SNL put up a post saying, who would you like to see host our show? And I was like, this is our moment. This is our moment. So, of course, we put that on the Read This, Read That Instagram account. Somebody who was traveling. Well, I don't think that Joy-Ann should have put it on her page anyway.
No.
But I also didn't tell her until she got back from her travels. I was like, I need to be on your show on Monday because I need to let that crowd know that they need to go to you have to go to, is it NBC SNL?
NBC SNL. Mm-hmm.
Go to NBC SNL. You'll see it. Y'all write in her name. They ask for a host and a musical guest. Me being me, I put in Joy-Ann Reid and I put Layla Hathaway, who is my absolute favorite musical vocalist. She's so talented. I love her so much. She's my absolute favorite. Anyway, so y'all go over there. So go to Instagram. Go to NBC SNL, all the NBC for NBC SNL. Go there, look for that post. It says, who do you want to see host? Write in her name, you guys. Write in her name. Write in her name. When you write it, put the at in front of it so they can know. She'll know, but that they'll know as well.
You know who would be fabulous? I would love to go on there as much as I do love Layla Hathaway too. I think that would be amazing. But I would love to be on there with either like Wu-Tang Clan or Tribe Called Quest. You know, Tribe Called Quest is my favorite rap group. I would love that. That would be amazing.
Well, you write that in. I write
it. She said, you write what you write, and I will write what I write. Listen, we have to acknowledge before we start off that somebody put in the chat, which was absolutely hilarious, that they saw on Threads that somebody posted, no, Grim Reaper. We said get the 80-year-old Donnie, not Dolly.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the Lord don't let you. Got to be clear with your instructions. You said give the
Lord.
80-year-old Donnie. You should have said Donnie, not Dolly.
Well, before we get to all of that, let me say, please like and subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you're here on YouTube, because the algorithm is watching, y'all, is watching. And we are trying to become the #1 podcast in the world, but definitely,
Yes.
for led by Black women. We want to
Yes.
do that. So show some love, tell your friends. We also have an amazing membership on YouTube that you can join. You can be part of our editorial board, which Momo D, we had a meeting on Monday, you guys, and Momo D, one of our editorial board members, got to sit in on the meeting. It was amazing. If you are a member of the editorial board and you haven't watched that meeting yet, it is there for you. So go and watch and make a comment there, because it's amazing.
Oh, Bonita Pajarita, thank you for gifting 5
memberships. Thank you,
darling. We appreciate
yes, you can do that as well. You can gift memberships, but you can join. We have the book babes. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And then we have our cousin community, our cousin nation. I get those two mixed up. But anyway, you can join. And if you join one of those 3, you'll get to be a part of our live this Thursday for all of our YouTube membership. So that's coming up. So be sure to join, y'all. We have some fun, exclusive stuff coming up for you. So join one of those things. Okay, the announcements, is that everything? And don't forget, we have a book club meeting next week. Wait, you had the book in the background, but I can't see it. Tiari Jones, Ken is the book that we're reading right now. If you haven't gotten it, you got a little bit of time. So go to our shop, our Shopify shop, and you can purchase that book just in time to be a part of our book club. So
and read it fast.
Be a book club. Read it fast. You can get it done.
So, okay. Talk about Dolly now. Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
Should stay. But I know I'll think of you every step of the way. Oh, Dolly. And I will always love you. I will always love you. We missed Dolly Parton. They took the wrong 80-year-old with a D. Lord have mercy, Lord. Why'd you have to take her? She upstairs. If we'd have taken him, he'd be downstairs. But instead, him being downstairs, she's upstairs. Oh, she's up in the upper room. Dolly Parton.
She gone, y'all. She gone.
Oh.
Yes, that's Miley Cyrus's godmother.
Is that her godmother for real?
That is her godmother.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And the Black community really loved this woman.
That
is because the uniqueness about Dolly, aside from what the young people know, is that she and Beyonce collaborated on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album. And how Beyonce did the song Jolene, and on the album Dolly did an intro to it. Well, Jolene was Dolly Parton's song that she performed and wrote. But she always said, unlike a lot of other white people in the country community, she acknowledged that Black people were the root of country music. She acknowledged that she was very welcoming to the Black community. Black musicians did a lot of performances with so many artists over the years. And that song that we all know from Whitney Houston, some people may still not realize that it was a Dolly Parton song first. She sang in the movie Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Very different version of that. But she was so happy that Whitney Houston recorded that song, because she also wrote that song, so she got a lot of money from it.
She got a lot. She said that song made her rich. She said, somebody asked her, were you mad that Whitney Houston got more famous off your song than you? She said, nah, honey, I got a lot of money from that. I got royalties every time she sang, and I was happy every minute that she sang. She loved her, and she actually loved that version, and said she loved Whitney's version the most. So,
she loved Whitney, and like I said, she gave Beyonce her blessing to sing Jolene in her version. And she was a big supporter of the LGBTQ community. She just did so many wonderful things. But
Do
Black
you
people, like I
remember?
was at the doctor's office when this happened, and it was
Yeah.
mostly Black women in the like the area
Yeah.
where you check out and check in, and they were all like checking their phones. Dolly Parton died. Dolly, they were all
Yeah.
talking about it and so heartbroken over it. And a variety, like people knew her. Variety of generations. She's been around for a long time, but people really knew and loved her.
Oh no, my mother went to love the movie 9 to 5. So back in the day, I
Girl.
think it was like in the 80s, everybody saw 9 to 5. She was a great actress. She was funny. A lot of people didn't know she was covered in tats. The reason she always wore long sleeves and heavy was not because she was being demure as a Southern girl, it's because she had tattoos for galore. She was a like very different and unique individual. She was just known for her big breastises, but she also was also known for her philanthropy. She actually created these like places where people could get books. When her home state, I think she was from Tennessee, started banning books, she started making books available for free for young people to read that were banned. And so she was very big advocate for the LGBTQ community, ride or die for the Black. I mean, she was one of those people who was trying to keep country music integrated as it should have been, and was just a huge advocate for Black women, and just such a wonderful human, and just so funny, and oh my God, was so talented. Bucket list to meet Dolly Parton. I'm sorry I never got to meet her. She seemed like a very cool person. Very cool.
Yeah. And if you loved, a lot of people put 9 to 5 in the chat. If you loved 9 to 5 as much as I did, I love that movie so much. It was so funny. You will love the 9 to 5 cast reunion on the TV show Grace and Frankie over on Netflix. Grace and Frankie starred Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. And, you know, as these women who became really good friends after some things happened in life. And then Dolly Parton came on and made an appearance, like a guest appearance on there
Yeah.
for like an episode. And it was so great because people were like, oh, 9 to 5 reunion. So it was really cute.
Yeah.
So it's worth
Her,
checking out. It's a great show.
and I remember she did a special. I would say her special was in 2020, 2021. And she was so, but she was in like 4-inch heels doing,
Yeah.
and this is the last time I really sat and watched network TV, because I don't really watch network TV, but I think that thing was on ABC or NBC. I tuned into that thing like it was the Super Bowl, and it was amazing. She had her big high heels on. Her little god niece was on there. What's her name? She was on there. It was really good. It was excellent. And she's just a great performer. Somebody in the chat was remembering that for 9 to 5, that opening little thing, she used those long nails she had, and she did her nails like this. And that was the music. That was the soundtrack they used for that to do her. The background sound in 9 to 5 was her clicking her nails, you know, because she was country girl. Yeah.
You know, and she was
Wow.
gearing up to do a Vegas residency. And that's when we started hearing, you know, maybe about a month ago or so ago, she had to postpone it because she wasn't feeling well. And that's when there was this talk about, oh, something could be wrong. There were little things out there. Yeah, no solid reporting, but there were little things out there about her health not being, but, you know, being in decline. She was only 80, and I say only 80 in today's world. You can live well past that and live a healthy life.
And she and Trump are the same age, and he looked like he could be her dad. Jane Fonda's 80. All these people are 80. Jane Fonda, Dolly Parton, and Donald Trump. Donald Trump looks like he'd be both of their father. He looks crazy, and they looked so good. And you know, she was only 80.
Yeah.
You know, oh, Lord have mercy. I'm just sad. I'm sad about it.
Yeah, she was getting ready to do a residency in Vegas, which I thought would be nice for her. I wonder if she ever did. Did she ever do the Super Bowl? She would have been a great Super Bowl halftime performer, you know?
I would love that. I don't know if she ever did.
What you drinking?
I am just drinking peach grape juice. It's just like peach and grape. Just keeping it real simple. I put a splash of ginger beer in it just to make it a little bit fizz, but it's not fizzy. It's delicious. What you drinking? But I put it in a glass. I put everything in a glass to look like I'm drinking wine.
Cycling dog. I'm just in, and
Stay
I
consistent.
have a hair update because I just came back from the dermatologist. So that'll be part of my wind down, because I know we talked about doing a joint one, but I got to share this update. You're going to be very interested in this. So I'm drinking my Cycling Frog THC, which is going to get me a little, you know, THC, but it is what it is, girl. I just had to go to bed after this. So
yes. Oh, Island's in the stream. Why did Bonita Pajarita say she need bereavement leave?
Yes.
She need bereavement leave for
Islands
me
in the
too.
Stream. That is a great song
Oh, it
with
is a
Kenny
great song.
Rogers.
Kenny
Oh,
Rogers. Yeah, Kenny Rogers was good too. Yeah, no, back in the day, remember back in the day in the 80s when you had more of a monoculture, whether you were black, white, whatever, there was certain music that everyone listened to and
yeah,
knew because there was
yeah.
more of a monoculture. There was certain things that were the black things you listened to, and I'm sure there was the Latin things you listened to, and there was the white things they only knew. But everybody kind of knew Dolly Parton. I feel like she was one of those monoculture things. And so was Kenny Rogers. Even if you didn't like country music, like
People knew
you,
Kenny.
you knew Kenny. Like there were certain people you just maybe because they were all on the Love Boat at some point, or they were all on Match
All that.
Game, or on the you know what I mean. So you just there was more of a cultural connection with everybody, and they were part of it. So
Well,
sad.
a big part of that too was there was limited options for where we could go for
Yeah,
our attention. So if you're up at night, you're watching Johnny Carson, right?
yeah,
Or you're
that's
watching
right.
Dave Letterman, and those are the
Yeah,
guests who
yeah,
was you knew those people, and those are the people that were in movies more than
yeah,
a lot of black artists. I mean, we knew our black people, but
yeah.
because we were as black people, we were exposed so heavily to white
That's
culture.
right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
They weren't
So
exposed to us as much, which is why the whole thing is so weird that
no.
we know so much about them and their culture than they know about us. Like if everybody starts singing open, if certain songs come on that are white songs, some black people can sing along to it, but there's certain things that when our stuff comes on, they don't know it. They're just not aware of it because they weren't in our culture. But we know them. We know
Yeah.
their culture a lot more than they know ours, which is interesting.
Like if we were in the middle of a mixed room and said, "Whoa, whoa," and start dun dun
Don't
dun dun
don't
dun
don't
dun
don't don't
dun
don't.
dun dun, they'd be like, "What they doing?"
They're like, "What's happening?" I actually did that at our live show at the Joy Reid Show live at City Winery. We did
Uh-huh.
some things that are like monoculture, and
Mhm.
there's a Journey song. Not what is that Journey song that everybody knows? There's one. What is that Journey
Don't
song? Oh
stop
my God.
believing.
Don't Stop Believing, right? So we did that one. So if you start playing Don't Stop Believing, like most black
Don't
people will
stop
still know that song, right?
believing. Yeah.
Right. And so everyone knew that one. But then when I did that song, You Make Me Happy, only the black people knew it. The white people were
Yeah.
like, oh, that's cool. What is that?
Yeah. What they singing? And
What are
next
they
year,
singing?
girl, Penn State's band will be marching to that song, like they doing something. Don't get me started. Anyway, anywho,
Anywho,
sending our love to Dolly's family,
yes,
her
her
loved one,
family.
at this time. All right, so let's wind it down. I know we have a mixed one. You want to start?
I want to start. So we kind of have a blended wind down, I believe, today because our wind down is the same. So I've been traveling for 2 weeks. One of the reasons we were off is that we had some travel happening, and so we went to Martha's Vineyard, and then we popped from Martha's Vineyard down to Atlanta for NABJ, where of course Stephen A. Smith got his thumbs down award. I wasn't there for that. I don't go to the dinner. I've actually never been to the dinner. I usually go. I was just telling one of my former staffers who was just here. I normally go to some events. I go to some parties. I used to always go to the job fair because I used to be hiring when I was at the Grio and other places and try to look for people. But I never really went to the dinner. Like actually, I think I maybe been to it once ever. So I didn't even know about it till I got back to Martha's Vineyard, and then we heard about it. But while I was in Atlanta, you guys, an amazing thing happened. I should have sent the pictures. What am I doing, Camille? I got to see Jackie Reid in person. My soror sister, cousin, friend, and I finally encountered one another in person. It's the first time we've been around. I mean, when's the last time we saw each other in person? It's been a while. So
It
I
was when
find
I was up your way.
when you came up to New York,
I came over to your house. Yeah.
when you came
No,
to the
no,
house. That was
I was in DC.
in DC. In DC, you came to here
Mhm.
in Maryland. That's the last time we were together. So
Yeah.
yes, I was trying.
And,
My
and the
goal. I
daughter
went
cooked
down.
for us,
She did. She cooked a vegan breakfast, which was fabulous.
which was
So
delicious.
I went down there with the whole intention of going by Jackie's house, seeing my dogs because they love me, especially Bernie. And I had a whole setup where I was going to go set up at her house. And we were going to do some content. I had a whole plan, brought this heavy ass shit down there that never even got over anywhere near the house. Because when I landed on the ground in Atlanta, Georgia, you know who I could not find? Her. Which way, Camille? This lady that's on one of these two. This way?
Toward
Is
the
that
book.
true?
Toward the book. Toward
This
the
way.
book.
Yeah,
That way.
That's not
this
true.
lady right here. Could not find her because she was doing this event, that event, this event, that event, this event, that event, that event, this event, that event. She was
Girl,
all
the
over the place.
lies you tell. Oh,
And
okay,
so
I'm
the
gonna do my
main
part now.
event, don't
Okay,
listen
go
to her.
ahead,
Y'all
go
ignore
ahead.
her. So the main event was taking place inside the Marriott. So I'm in the Marriott, and then finally Nicole Hannah Jones had an event across the street in the Hyatt. So I'm like, Jackie, I'm going across to see this event with Nicole Hannah-Jones. You should come to it. I think you were on the 16th floor. This is on the 20th floor, something like that. We're trying to literally do a jigsaw puzzle to try to find each other. But luckily, Jackie Reid showed up at the Nicole Hannah-Jones event. And we were able to see each other. We took fabulous, a couple of selfies together. And I finally got to see my Jackie. So we had a great time at NABJ. That event was very fun. And yeah, we also tried to get Jackie, me and Tiffany Cross tried to get Jackie to come eat with us. But once we were sitting down, we realized there was no food she could eat. So I was trying to see on the menu, could we construct something that Jackie could eat at this restaurant? But Jackie never made it anyway, because she was trying to avoid us. But I caught her. My wind down is I caught up with Jackie Reid. I tracked her down and I made her hang out with me for at least a half an hour.
Girl, as I pull up the receipts of our text exchange.
Don't even.
Let me tell y'all what really happened. See,
No.
Here's what really happened. This one, because I got to point the opposite way from what I'm saying. This one was like, oh, when I come to town, I'm coming on Tuesday. I want to go to this vegan restaurant you've been talking about. I want to come and see Bernie. I want to do all these things. Tuesday, I'm waiting. Crickets.
I was in the air.
Oh, Papa. You said we could not do the read this, read that show. Why? Because you were traveling.
Because I'm traveling.
So when you landed, what happened? Okay. Because we were supposed to get together on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Right. I want to go to a restaurant. I want to come see Bernie. What time did you? I didn't hear from you on Tuesday. What time did you land on Tuesday? Let's talk about what happened.
Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So what happened was our first flight out of first of all, getting off Martha's Vineyard is its own fresh hell. There is no way to get off that island. Getting off and on that island is hell. First, our flight was delayed, and then it was delayed again, and then it was canceled, and then we got booked on another flight. So that second flight, after we waited in the heat, trying to get on that damn thing, burning up in the sun, the delayed flight finally took us to stop number 1, which was in DC. I forgot, this was like what I should have done a while now. DC, we land in DC, and then that flight got delayed, but our luggage was already on. I think our flight either got canceled, somehow our luggage was on its way to Atlanta, but we were not, because we missed the flight. Here's how we missed the flight. Our bags were loaded to go to DC. Jason and I were so exhausted from the delayed flight to get to DC. We sat down, we said, let's go ahead and get us something to eat. So we get something to eat. We're sitting there literally like 10 feet from the gate. They somehow made the announcement to get on the gate. We didn't hear it. We both had headphones in. We did not hear it. Our bags are now on their way to Atlanta. We missed it. By the time we said, you know what, we should go and check and see if they're boarding. We look at our things and like, oh shit, it's boarding. We run up to the gate and it says gate closed. We're like, favor? They're like, no favor. You can't get on the plane. They were like, ew. So they rebooked us on, I forgot about, oh my God, I forgot about, they rebooked us on a different flight. They rebooked us on a different flight that took off at like 9 p.m. and we ended up landing at about midnight. I got in at about 12:30 a.m. So no, we did not hang out on Tuesday.
Right.
Because we missed our second flight.
So then, okay, now big time.
Now
then I get a text from this one. Wait, here's my schedule. Here's my schedule, right? Let's figure out when we can hang out together. Okay, wait a minute. Nigga, 7 a.m. hair and makeup, 9 a.m. NABJ plenary from 9 to 11. This is on Thursday, right? 9 to, I don't know. Wait, this might be Wednesday. No,
that's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Okay, wait. Here it is. Hold on. I'm pulling up the wrong one. Okay, so wait. Come on, big time. Come on. She sent me her schedule. Okay, well, that's it. All right. So Wednesday, let me see what we doing. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Hold Atlanta press junket. 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Hold meeting. You know, they have a meeting for their show. 1:30 to 3 p.m. Newsmaker rehearsal. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. TJ. Okay. So then I get to Thursday, right? No. Thursday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Makeup. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. NABJ plenary. 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Dave Wilson. 3:30 to 4:30. Power of the pivot. You didn't. That was the thing you were on with Don Lemon.
We're done.
8 p.m. to 11 p.m. NABJ reception. Friday. 3:45 a.m. car service to the hotel. Baby, listen now. I'm good. Did this girl just say that? And so I said to her, what did I say? Here's what I said to the schedule that she sent me. I said, good morning, cousin, sister, soror, friend. Girl, you are literally wall to wall. LOL. I honestly don't know if we will see each other. Looks like you have open pockets of time, exactly when I have my stuff on Wednesday and Thursday. And I said, as your manager, I suggest you use that time to spend time with folks you don't get to see that often. I'll see you in DC next month.
I like my version of the story better.
Don't play with me. I got receipts. Don't play with me. I got receipts. She sent me a schedule. So yes, when she did call me to say, girl, where are you? I was like, I'm on 17 at the Hyatt. She was like, I'm on 2. What did I do?
You came down.
Ran down to the second floor to see your ass. Are you kidding me? What? Don't send me no schedule.
Damn.
Don't send me no schedule.
So basically your wind down is nigga.
Look, girl. And you may step down. Your Honor, I'm done with this witness. You step down.
Case closed.
No, but
the prosecution rests.
Here's the funniest part, though, of us getting together for me, because I was saying yesterday when we were talking about this, I was like, I woke up laughing because here's what I did when I did go down to join Joy-Ann, and I got to see my cousin Jason too, which I love that man. So she was at a reception that Nicole Hannah Jones, who did the 1619 Project,
right,
was hosting, and I've never met her,
which is crazy.
Which is crazy, but sometimes you just don't you just miss people. So I never met her, but I'm a huge fan of her work. So I was saying to Joy-Ann, for some reason, I haven't met her, and Joy-Ann was like, oh, and she called her over. Yes. And Joy-Ann and I were talking, I, of course, was talking to Joy-Ann about eating. She was like, I had eaten, all that kind of stuff. So Nicole, I think, walked in on that conversation. I can't remember exactly. I know you don't remember, so I'm not even asking. Anyway, so Nicole, we were talking about the food, and I asked, hey, do you have anything vegan? And Nicole said, oh, you're one of those. And I'll know right now that Joy-Ann wanted to melt into the floor because I became that vegan advocate. I was like, what you mean?
She started bringing up slavery.
I started bringing up slavery because I said, if anybody gets the vegan civil rights slavery connection, it's gonna be the girl who wrote the 16. I said Joy-Ann was like, I know Joy-Ann was like, I know this heifer is not going into this damn vegan shit right here. And I was just, baby, Nicole had to walk away. Nicole was like, oh, okay.
She had to get up.
I was like, girl, it's just like, I was like, Angela Davis.
Oh, she went into it. She went into it.
Joy-Ann was like,
she's doing into it.
Joy-Ann is too nice to be like, Jackie, why you said like there was no talking to later. But I was like, in veganism, and Joy-Ann, I know she was like, the hell.
This lady. No, she went in. She got. I can't find the photo. Okay, we have to find the photo. We got to find the photo. Yeah, she did it. She did it. She went all in. She went all in. It was
Like,
very funny.
oh, I want those, huh? I was like,
She said, "You want to
went
rumble?"
in.
She said, "You want to rumble? Let's do this.
Let me spit my vegan fat." I was like,
Let us establish some facts.
And Joy-Ann has this way of having like an uncomfortable kind of giggle. You can like, I know her well enough to know that she's too kind to say, "Jackie, girl, shut that shit up," or like she won't do it.
No.
So she was just giggling, but so uncomfortable. I said to myself, "You ain't gonna introduce me to nobody else."
Nobody else. Until I have to vet them first. I can't find the photo. You took it on your phone, or Jason took it on his phone. I don't even have the photo, but yes, we took a selfie together, which I cannot find at this moment. We had a great time, but yes, that was it was an interesting moment. It was the first time that Jackie met Nicole, and Nicole is not one to back down, and neither is Jackie. So had that debate began, baby, it would have been epic. It would have been for the ages, because neither one of them was going to back down at all. And this was at Nicole's event, so she had all this different food. Where she had like mac and cheese, it was like traditional Southern food. I think it was greens and stuff, but it all had meat in it. So
I was like, girl, I might as well been a Jehovah's Witness. And I was like, can I talk to you for a minute?
Have you heard
Can
about
I just talk to you for a minute?
Did anybody used to come to your house? They used to come to our house. Did I ever tell you about when my cousin
I see them walking around like, I put a sign out, "Don't ring the doorbell."
Yeah, just don't ring the doorbell.
I gave at the office.
That is too. I don't want to hear about the Lord and say it. No.
Somebody said the Vegan Watchtower.
The Vegan Watchtower. I'm telling you. She gonna be I promise you, she's the Vegan Watchtower. Don't play with Jackie Reid. She does not play about her veganism at all. There's a story we're gonna be doing today where I think we need to get a fan out ready and fan this sister in advance, because she about to lose her shit over this story. We're gonna tell y'all when we get to Hot Topics.
Oh my God, those horses. I know. I can't. But anyway, girl, don't be talking about I didn't make you could, it was my fault at NABJ.
I told y'all we had like a joint. I didn't know that's what she was. I mean, I liked my version of the story better, but okay, fine.
With no receipts.
No. I would
a doggone schedule, wall to wall. Like, when am I supposed to get in on this shit?
Okay, wait. Now, Jane, don't start with me. June told us, said, "Jackie, what's the vegan slavery connection?" Why you got to do that, June? You really want this podcast to be 4 hours long? How long you want this podcast to be, June?
I'll just say this.
You must have all day, June. We don't, but you do. June said, "Why don't you go ahead and open up a whole new vein of conversation?" We're trying to. Camille's got a clock and try to keep it in time, but June told, said, let's open this shit up. Let's go ahead. Ask Jackie a veganism question.
Christine Blackman said, "Nope, ignore the question."
Ignore the question. Come on, June. June had to come on in and say, "Yeah, let's derail the show. Let's derail it." They
having the time of my life. Said, "I'm curious
Momo
too."
D, no, we had a plan. Momo D, get in here. Momo D, you was there when we did this editorial meeting. You know what we're supposed to talk about today. June, you need to join the editorial board if you want to suggest topics.
Momo D said, "Where's the timer?"
Momo D,
for the timer.
Come on, Momo D, jump in. Get June. Momo D, get her. Momo D, you're authorized. Go get her. Get June. Get her.
Another time, I would just say the way that they shackled us in the ships to bring our ancestors over, the way that they taught us and whipped us, and not taught us but trained us, right?
And branded us,
to escape, and brainwashed us. They all got that from how they treated animals and what they continue to do to animals today. It's a horrible thing, but that's all I'll say. We'll talk about it another time. We'll do a special show, but that is the connection.
That is. And by the way, that is not my sister June. Somebody in the chat just asked, K is asking, Kayla KXX. No, that's not my sister June, I don't think. If that's June Carroll, it says that's June Toll. But if that's my sister June, I'm about to call you. I'm about to call your ass.
No, she's not going to call you. She's going to send you a schedule, June. So just prepare yourself for that. Because apparently that's what we're doing now with family.
I need to let you know what my schedule look like. I'm trying to give you the assessment, the realistic assessment of what happens in my time. Yeah, that's right. The Momo D said, June, no. Do it, June. You knew. See, June must be new to our cousin nation. June don't know like I know. Don't start that question on the vegan shit. Don't do it, June.
The way she knew, we love you. Put a plastic bag over my head when I was talking to Nicole and Jones.
I could have taken a cane. I needed a cane like at the Apollo and be like, tee-da, tee-da, da, wee! Da-da-da-da-da-do, hey, wee!
Oh my God. I laughed so hard thinking about what must have been going through your head because I know you're too polite to say anything, but I know you were like, this nigga here. Why?
Nigga.
Why?
Why? I just introduced y'all. What the fresh hell is going on here? You get two salty sisters in one bag. Like, oh, Lord Jesus. It's like extra salty potato chips. It's just two salty sisters in one bag. Good Lord Jesus.
Oh my God. Girl, it was too funny. It was too funny.
We needed June to be there to be like, hey, what do you think is the connection?
What happened?
We needed June Tull to be there. June
don't run off. Come back. Let's continue this conversation.
June Tull would be like,
gather around. Jackie's going to talk about the connection.
June Tull would have been like, hey, maybe we should stop the party and everybody should also ask questions. What do we do a Q&A, June Tull? Derailer of podcasts, first of your name.
It's coming, June. You're right. We should talk more in depth about it. She said we need a vegan/slavery podcast and civil rights. I got you.
I know who worked for Jackie up in this podcast chat. We know who's on Jackie's side. I see you, June Tull. I see you. I'm watching you.
Oh my God. Listen, we have a guest at 4:00, so we're gonna rattle through some hot topics. But Camille, did you see my text? And is our guest good? You can text me the response to that.
Yes, he's good. 4:00.
Okay. BB's girl one says that should be a bonus episode. It should.
It should be. Yeah. I
think June Tull should co-host it.
Listen, I'm telling you, if you really do the deep dive on Black people and veganism and just the whole thing, child.
Yeah.
And what kind of meat they put in our neighborhood, and
you know they used to eat us. Don't get me started. They did actually used to skin us and eat us.
Right. And then they convinced us, oh, we should eat animals like they do. So,
yeah.
All right, then.
Skin us and eat us. Yep.
like they do animals now. It's all what they used to do, and still do to animals. All right. So let's start with the issue need to know, and we will quickly get through those topics. But I think it's important to talk about Angie Nixon and her recent victory and moving ahead, and some rude interviews that she's had, with Gayle King being one of them. I'm really disappointed. I don't know if it's fair to say that Gayle was rude, but I just feel like her line of questioning, like she can ask whatever she wants, but then when the sister answered and her look like, I don't believe you, and then to keep going, I don't know. I didn't like it. I was disappointed in Gayle King, but I'm just like, ugh. Why?
I've been disappointed because I was disappointed that when she sat silently while Ta-Nehisi Coates was called a terrorist by the now Tony DeCopo, who's now the head.
That's why I stopped watching their show, and I used to watch every morning because of Gayle, and I enjoyed it. That was the morning I stopped.
And then also, just hanging out with Jeff Bezos and the whole getting down with the Kardashian mom. And it's just a lot. But so if y'all missed it, Gayle was one of the many. It wasn't just her. Kristen Welker did an interview I didn't love. I didn't love the, what's her name on CNN? Not Caitlin Collins, the other one. One who used to be at MSNBC. And everyone kept trying to hit Angie Nixon, who's a state representative. She surprised everyone, was outspent 16-1 by Alexander Vindman, who was the former national security operative in the first Trump administration. He switched, became a Democrat. He's Ukrainian. He was the official Democrat's choice. She beat him, handily beat this guy, even though she was outspent 16-1. She recently joined DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, and the Working Families Party. She's a progressive, but everyone's just trying to hammer her on DSA. Are you DSA? Do you know DSA? And Gayle said are you going to campaign with Hassan Piker? Which is a completely weird question because Hassan Piker is not in politics and is just a streamer, a very bright, smart, young left-wing streamer. But why would she campaign with a streamer? That doesn't even make sense, right? He will sometimes campaign with Abdullah Sayed, but he knows Abdullah Sayed, he knows the guy. So she was like, are you going to campaign with Hassan Piker? And then Angie Nixon said, I don't know that man. I don't know him. And then Gail said, well, if you did know him, would you campaign with him? Well, that doesn't make any sense from a journalistic. So yeah, it's been disappointing, but I will say Wajahat Ali guest hosted for me on the Joy Reid show. He had a great interview with her, and Ali Velshi at Ms. Now did a great interview as well.
Well, we'll be watching her. Yes. Yeah, we'll be watching her come, general election time. Yes. Let's talk about your favorite congressional leader and mine, Hakeem Jeffries, who met with Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, and has been getting hit so hard with criticism over this meeting. He came out and made a video, said that it was because they were meeting on like affordability or
something. Do we have
the
video? I don't know if you have it, Camille. The video is crazy just as what he's wearing.
No, not that one. No.
Okay. So he's wearing like a green outfit, a baseball cap, and like a green outfit. He looks like a
delivery person. He looks like he's like, no shade to them, but he looks like he's in between deliveries for like Green Lantern deliveries. And he's just like, let me make a video real quick. Like, what are we doing?
In front of a building he clearly doesn't live in Brooklyn. It's like he's trying to look.
That's what I say, making deliveries in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's like, are you a DoorDasher on the side? Like, what are we doing? Is this your DoorDash look? Like, what is happening? I don't understand. And he made the video. Remember, this was like a week after he was just at NABJ saying in an interview with Aaron Haynes, the president of NABJ, that if you are a Republican who is doing corruption, or not allowing people to have affordability, you will be held accountable. You will be held to account. We're going to hold them all to account. And then he goes and meets with Jared Kushner. Like, what are we doing?
And he said the same thing in this video. I cannot.
I don't even understand. I don't understand.
I
don't get it. What?
Moving on. So some folks in Gary, Indiana, after almost 2 weeks without power, some people have it back. A lot of people still do not as of the time that we're recording this. But the fact that they had to go like 2 weeks, you guys, 14 days without power after a great storm knocked out a lot of power. A lot of people are saying this is why, private companies doing utilities is not such a great idea, but it's more than that. It's like this company, and I can't remember the name of it, in Indiana, but people have been saying that over the past couple of years, they've seen their bills just get higher and higher and higher. And this company is also a big supporter of those data centers. So it's interesting, but Trump didn't even mention this company. I don't think I saw anywhere. I know he was getting criticized a few days ago, and I don't know if lately he said anything about it, but oh my God.
It's not just there. It's also Memphis, Tennessee, which is about 70% African-American. Gary, Indiana is about 76% African-American. Puerto Rico, which is all black and brown, also out of power. Apparently there's been back and forth blackouts in Jackson, Mississippi. All these black cities, weirdly enough, having crazy infrastructure problems and blackouts after $1.7 trillion in infrastructure spending during the Biden administration. Where's the money? We talked about this last night on the Joy Reid show. I would like to know what happened to the freaking money. They spent over $1 trillion on infrastructure. And most of it was spent in red states. So Indiana should have gotten a giant, enormous check from the federal government to do infrastructure. Where is it? Why don't these black people have power after a week? And why is Memphis not also having power after a whole weekend? And it's now Tuesday. It's taxation without representation. Give us the money back or get the damn power on. It's ridiculous.
It's a crazy situation. We're going to keep our eyes on that.
Where the money? Like, I feel like somebody stole the money. Where is the money? Where is the big infrastructure bill money? That was a lot of money, over $1 trillion. Where is it?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm looking for the statement from this company. So there was this talk, let's say. It was never an official news story, but it was going around on the internet that there was a private Facebook group made up of white servers from restaurants. And this came out that from that group, somebody who was a member of the group basically was saying what they do at these restaurants is when Black people come in a group or whatever, you can see it here, that they either lick their fingers and touch their food. They do something to contaminate the food. And this spread like wildfire. Everybody was talking about it, but the company that they named in this, and that's what I was looking for. The company
Texas Roadhouse in Logan.
Texas Roadhouse put out a statement saying that based on investigating that they did, this seems to be false, fake news. That the group doesn't exist. Like they did this whole thing and they put out a statement. But my thing is,
does it?
My thing, and you know how I am. I'm like, well, if I don't see the details, but to me, it just opens up the possibility. Like it just planted a seed in my head that I can't get out. Like I can't get that out of my mind because you know, and I know, and y'all know in this country that if you got a nurse breaking babies' phones in, you know, breaking their bones, right? Then what's somebody gonna do if nobody's looking and they can spit in your food or lick your bread and all that kind of stuff?
And first of all, what an admission of personal filth. So what you're saying is I'm full of dirt, germs, and disease. I'm admitting that this is who I am. I'm a dirty, diseased person, and therefore I'm going to lick your food or spit in it to put my dirty disease into you. So what an incredible admission that first of all you're nasty and dirty, that you're diseased, and that you have something to spread, and that you're deliberately trying to spread your disease for what? To punish and make the Black people sick and gross like you. And number two, you're putting ideas into the heads of racist white people who may take this and think, oh, now I'm part of the group. You've created a thing. So you've made white servers look suspicious. You've made Black people who go into restaurants not want to be served by white people. All you've done is turn Black diners against white servers. You've made them all look guilty by association. And you've actually hurt restaurants who will not see the traffic and the money from Black diners who are afraid to be served by a white server. So you've done nothing but essentially harm your fellow people by making them look dirty, diseased, and criminal. And you've also harmed these businesses. So great job, whoever made that Facebook post. Good job, and I'll eat at home.
I eat at home anyway, but I'll be doing more so. Okay.
Or eating a Black restaurant, because look, Black people ain't, we ain't saying that. So let me go in a soul food restaurant and I know I'll be safe.
Who has that kind of time and who has like such evil thoughts that you want to do that to people you don't even know? Like,
and for what reason?
And for what reason?
Well, and also so they just want the joy of knowing they're watching a Black person, in theory, eating their saliva. And you get out of that what? Feeling like you've done what? You think you've impregnated them with superior whiteness? You've already made yourself sound inferior and disgusting. So you're saying I'm disgusting and nasty, and now I get joy out of knowing my nastiness has been consumed by a clean, normal Black person who walked in here to spend money with me. Like what said, you know what I mean? You've destroyed the tipping culture to white servers. You're going to have white servers be held in suspicion and they won't get tips. And you've created a racist cycle that's against yourselves. You haven't made Black people look, that doesn't make the Black, I don't understand if the person who posted this knows, that doesn't make the Black people look bad. It makes you look bad and anyone who's with you. And you've made white people look suspicious. Congratulations. Well done.
And you're going to hurt the restaurant businesses, particularly Texas Roadhouse, because you can't get that out of your mind, right?
Nope.
You go there and it's a bunch of white servers and you're like, huh? You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. White people have created a culture where fellow white folks, if they're, our spicy whites, if you're in the chat, we know we're not talking about y'all, but we're just saying, if a white person walks into a room full of Black people, they for no reason get scared, for no reason get nervous. They're probably the safest they've ever could be if they're in a room full of Black people, but they get nervous.
Show them such love.
Because we give them such love. We trying to put them in the cookout. They don't even need to be there, right? We trying to put everybody in there cooking. As Jackie's always complaining. You safest you ever been if you're in a room full of Black people. But when a Black person walks into a room full of white people, how do we feel? Anxious. Why do we feel anxious? Because we feel that we're being watched. We feel that we're being suspected. We don't feel comfortable. We walk into a room, we see one other Black person, we run to them and start talking to them because we need the unity, because the history of America is them lynching us, stringing us up, raping us, making light-skinned people by raping so many of us. So we have a reason to be afraid of y'all and to be nervous around y'all. And now you're making us like slightly disgusted. If
Right.
we're out in a restaurant and there's nothing but white servers, you're putting in our mind, these people might spit in my food. Why would you do that to other white people? Do you hate
Yeah.
white people that much? Like, you must hate your own
And
people.
if something goes down while we're in the room as the only Black person, who gonna get blamed? Right?
We know we will. That's why a white person's safe
We're
in
gonna
our
get
presence.
blamed. All you
We
need is a
know.
white woman to start crying
Come
and
on.
saying,
And,
"Well,
and
I
we all
don't know.
going to jail.
My purse is missing. I can't
That's
find my
right.
wallet."
That's why we
Child.
so a white person
Yep.
walk into all Black space, they are as safe as they could be, because we know if anything happened to that little white person, we all going to prison. We know this is America. We live here. We know we live with y'all. So what you're doing is you're actually creating a negative response toward other white people for no reason whatsoever. We're going to be even more uncomfortable. And then you're going to ask, well, why are y'all so uncomfortable around us? Why do you treat us like we're all criminals? It's not all white people. This is why, because some stupid white person put that out there. You shouldn't have done that. Whoever did that, you harmed yourselves. Anyway,
Let me say this because we only have 4 minutes left. I forgot to mention this during the hot topics, but I have to say this because Joy-Ann, you are going to be so interested in this. So I was running a little bit late. I was the reason that we were late because I had to go for my follow-up to my dermatologist. Remember, I got the biopsy, the plug out of my head.
Yeah.
Girl, and remember, I had gone to the trichologist first, who was like CCCA, CCC alopecia, and for $6,500, we can reverse it. You have all this information, all these things. So I went and got blood work done. Like, I really went to work. My biopsy came back today. Not only do I not have CCCA, I don't have any inflammation. There's no inflammation, no scarring, no nothing. They were like, your hair is like, you have a great head of hair. They were like, it is coming out, but that's because my vitamin D is low. And they said I'm experiencing what most women our age experience, which is, female pattern balding, which happens because of, heredity,
hormones,
and because of heredity, hormones, and age. So she wants to put me on, it's some Nutrafol. Has anybody tried Nutrafol? So she wants to put me on that. My doctor already has me on vitamin D. So she feels like that combination, I'm going to go back in 3 months, and she wants to see what happens. Miss B Rose gifted
come on. Thank you, Miss B Rose. Thank you. We love you.
I'm so happy with this news, but I had to share that.
That's wonderful. Thank God. Ooh, thank you.
If I had not gone to a dermatologist.
Yes. And remember, the chat was telling you, don't just go to that trichologist, go to a dermatologist.
Well, it started a whole debate in our chat, though, because there were people that were trichologists who were like, wait a minute now, we serve a purpose. We are professionals. Like, it was this
I don't doubt it.
But I was always going to go to a dermatologist because I wanted the full picture.
Right. And by the way, my hair stylist knows a lot of people that are clients that are on Nutrafol, and they swear by it. So I've never been on it, but my stylist, Coco, she said her clients that are on Nutrafol that have any hair loss, that's what they recommend. So yes, 100%. That's just my secondary knowledge of it. But yeah, apparently it's great.
Yeah. So she said I can go back and I can color my hair again, so we can say goodbye to the grays. Say goodbye. So I can color my hair, and she said I could wear braids again, because one thing that's missing to me from this whole hair loss thing that so many Black women deal with, whether you're going to a trichologist, I don't know all of them, so if this exists, forgive me, or a dermatologist, there's no hairstyle portion of the treatment. Right. What hairstyle works for me? What are some ideas? That's what I've been struggling with all this time, thinking that I've had this. And I asked at the office today, I was like, have you ever thought about that? They were like, no. They were like, no. I'm like, okay.
Look at Momo D66 gifted 20. Read this.
Momo D.
We love Momo D. She's also a lemon legend. We found out when we hung out with her.
Now she's just trying to come back to the edit on camera.
She's trying to come back to the board. She said, "Oh no, she's trying to come back." I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, that is thank you, Momo D. We love you. And now we know Momo D. Now we can see her in the stream. Be like, "Hey, girl." We met her. I love that. I love that. But you know what? The braids. Coco Burnett is saying she doesn't wear braids because because of thinning. They do pull your hair out if they're too tight, but you don't get yours tight. So
I don't get mine tight, and I don't wear them. I'm very strict about having them in and taking them out. 4 weeks, they're gone.
Yeah.
And then I wait. I mean, I might do 5 weeks if something's coming up, but that's it. And then I'll take them out, and then I wait 4 weeks in between before I get them again. So she just said, as long as you don't do anything with glue and anything, she said the one thing my dermatologist was like, anything with glue is a bad idea. But she was like, you are free to explore hairstyles.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, no glue on wig. And I thought Black women, we stopped doing the glue on wigs. Because, now they have those ones that stick right on and they don't glue, because the glue is terrible.
It's not just glue on wigs. If you really spend some time on social media, particularly on Instagram and TikTok, you will see they're like, girl, Mara does it. She glues all the time. With the videos that she'll glue pieces in, stuff and glue stuff in, or glue stuff. Oh girl, it's big. It's still out there. People are still doing it. And not just the glue, but like they got that spray on glue up here, so your wig will stick, lace fronts will stick down.
Girl, no.
It's a lot.
Leave it away. Before we get to our guest, can we quickly talk about the horses? We didn't get it in our. Can we get it in real quick?
Let's do it after we talk to our guest.
After the guest? Okay. Because I know you want to talk about it. Okay.
Because I don't know what his time is like, and he is a very busy man.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's bring up E-Man, who does E-Man's reviews. He is one of my favorite people to follow on the planet, you guys. So he is a film and movie critic, and he is really held in high regard when it comes to, I'm going to say this, Emmanuel, but you correct me if I'm wrong. But to me, he is my go-to when it comes to superhero stuff, sci-fi stuff. He can talk about everything, but that really, to me, is where his expertise really, like, he's an expert with all of it. He can talk about any film, but with that stuff, it's like, if I want to know what's going on, I'm going to that man when it comes to this stuff. And so, Emmanuel, welcome to Read This, Read That. It's so good to see you.
Thank you so much. How you doing, Joy? Joy, I am such a fan. Can I just say that real quick? I am such a fan. This is our first time meeting. Thank you for all your work, your journey. It is such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate
and Jackie, you already know I'm your biggest fan too. So
baby,
we go back already.
We go way back. We go way back.
But
let me just say, I'm so excited for the two of you to get together, because you two Black nerds are about to just be BFFs, because you all are both very intellectual, and you're also into the sci-fi comic books. Like, you all really have a lot in common. Watch what I'm saying here. Y'all two are gonna be like, we were separated at birth. Because I know both of you separately. Wait till you hear the way he talk about stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. So Emmanuel, or E-Man, the reason why we wanted you to come on is because a couple of weeks ago we were talking about, the Marvel universe. We were talking about, DC. We were talking about Spider-Man and what it all means now. And just like, we were talking about so many things in this space. And somebody said in the comments, y'all need to have an actual expert on to talk about this stuff. Because we were like, wait a minute, who was it? Captain America? Because Joy-Ann was saying that Captain America is now a Black man. And I was like, I thought that was temporary. So we were like, so it was like all kinds of stuff we were talking about with Spider-Man and all the things. So I said, let's get this expert on to talk about all the things. But I want to start here with, we have a new Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this man, when I tell you, they know this man, like Ryan Coogler and Michael, they know this man. So what are your thoughts on it's been mixed reviews, right? I think it's overwhelmingly positive. You tell us, but what do you think about why this was the choice, and what people are like, why are people still crying about Damon Idris or whatever his name is?
Okay. So I'll try and make this as brief as possible. So initially, as you know, I did the whole recast T'Challa thing, and it was always about Black representation. It was never about disrespecting the cast or crew or anything like that. It was just like, hey, this pivotal character, this Black character, the legacy should continue in some way, shape, or form. Please don't bench him forever. And Marvel opted not to directly recast the character, and they gave him a son, which in itself it is a little unconventional, right? Like you would never have Clark Kent Jr., you know, if Christopher Reeve passed away, or a Bruce Wayne Jr. So this was different, and for some fans, it was kind of like, hey, that why you doing us like that? Keep it the same energy. But that's what Marvel chose to do. So we have Toussaint, or T'Challa Jr., however you want to call him, and that's where we're going now. And now they also chose David Johnson. And David Johnson, who, you know, if you've seen him in Alien Romulus, if you've seen him in the studio, if you've seen him in my favorite performance for him in The Long Walk, the brother's got talent. He is a talented brother. And I've always told my audience, whatever fan cast you want, I know people gonna look a certain way and all that. You got to start with the acting ability first.
Yeah.
And this brother has that. And if you've seen him in The Long Walk, I saw it immediately. I was like, if you told me that was Chadwick Boseman's cousin, his lost brother, I'd believe it. Because he's got that same mannerisms and everything. So apparently Ryan Coogler saw the same thing, contacted Kevin Feige and was like, hey, we found him. Right? We found our new T'Challa. Now, to your other point about Damson, this is kind of what happens with fans in general. You know, we get certain people in our minds hyped up to be the next this or that. And the studios, they don't always think like the fans. Sometimes the studios are like, no, we want the person that has this resume, or we want the person that can embody this part of our vision for a character, rather than just checking off a fan entitlement, you know, checkbox. So yeah, I mean, you know, Damson was a popular fan pick. I mean, I would have had no problem with him, but I also have no problem with David because I know the brother can act, and that's all I need. Listen, guys can get in the gym, the movie cameras can do what they got to do with the special effects. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be.
Well, let me ask you this question, because I definitely was in the recast T'Challa camp myself. Because you think about, as you said, how many Superman they've done that movie over and over, how many different Batman, the Joker, you know, they have no problem like directly just recasting it, because these are all different universes. And if you're a comic book person, you really understand this can be a completely different universe in which Spider-Man could be black. You know, everyone could be kind of anything. What do you think was behind the decision to retire the character, at least for now? Because they may change their mind.
Yeah. In my conversation, so I've had the opportunity to speak directly to Ryan Coogler, and I followed his career ever since Fruitvale Station. The one thing that I can come away with is I can make the intellectual argument as to why directly recasting the character, maybe not in this universe, maybe a variant, right, or some other alternative, would be par for the course. But my interpretation, at least from his decision making, is it's more of an emotional argument. Whereas emotionally, this brother had a different relationship with Chadwick Boseman than any one of us had. I mean, I was a fan of his work for sure, but I didn't work with this man. I didn't break bread with this man every day. You know, that's different. So I think for the decision, and I don't want to speak for him, but my impression is that this is just what he believes. And Ryan Coogler doesn't do anything he does not believe in. If he doesn't believe a variant would be suffice in maintaining and carrying the legacy and the work of what Chadwick Boseman did, he's not going to do it.
No, it's true.
And
he's hard to replace. He's hard to replace.
You know, and I mean, again, you can make the intellectual argument, you know, at least I've tried to, but that's not the same as the emotional component. And if you really think about it, I always tell people film is art. And the point of art is to have a certain level of connection and communication with other people. And there's nothing stronger in any form of communication, and Joy, I know you know this for politics, than the emotional aspect. When you can connect with people emotionally, that's everything. And when Ryan Coogler puts his heart and soul into something like Sinners, you feel it. And that has an after effect, you know, that just transcends a whole lot. So I think it was just the emotional connection and just what he believes in. I think that was it.
Well, let's talk about Wonder Man that cancellation and Blade and how those two things, Mahershala saying what he said, like what's going on? Because there was a lot of chatter on social media. A lot of people are feeling like, here we are, like it was such a great series. And we thought Blade was happening. Like, what's going on when it comes to Marvel and Black superheroes? Like, come on.
Listen, I have said it. I've been a very big defender for Marvel, although I do have my fair share of critiques. But the defense that I would always give is that when you look at all the studios that are doing superhero content, Marvel's in the lead. They gave you a Black Panther movie, 2 of them so far. They gave you, Ironheart. They gave you a Black Captain America. They gave you that. Sony ain't give you no live action Black anything. DC, the last live action Black anything you got as a lead was Steel or Catwoman. Like that. Like who's repping that? So to their credit, they have been progressive in that sense. And I do have to give some credit to Kevin Feige because he was the leading voice pushing for a Black Panther to even happen behind the scenes. But what doesn't always get talked about, especially when it comes to Wonder Man, and this is according to Destin Daniel, the director, he had just said that Kevin Feige, if it was up to him, he would have loved for Wonder Man to keep going. Well, if the head of Marvel Studios isn't calling the shots, then who is? That lets you know that decision came from Disney. So it's on one aspect, you have Disney that is overseeing what Kevin Feige does, whether he likes it or not. But at the end of the day, and this is the sad part, Marvel still got to eat that, right? They still have to sit with the fact that you guys greenlit all these things. You guys, and that's what made Wonder Man so egregious. You got your first time Emmy nominated actor for a comic book series, getting this recognition. Any TV studio would love that immediately. Then you already greenlit a second season. You announced it. It was out there that this was happening. And then all of a sudden y'all canceled it. That's not a good look. And then going back to Blade, which is a personal trigger for me because Blade is a huge, character in my book. The character that literally saved Marvel from bankruptcy. You paraded Mahershala Ali, 2-time Oscar award-winning actor, on stage, told us we were gonna get a Blade. And for 7 years, back and forth, we ain't getting nothing but a voice cameo in Eternal. Y'all didn't even bother to put him in other things. You could have teased us with this because I get it. Yeah. Movies are hard to make. I'm not gonna say you have to do it, but y'all didn't do nothing else anyway. So, then you had Don Cheadle, who had Armor Wars that was going to be a TV series. Then y'all pivoted and said it was going to be a movie. Now it just does not exist. Yeah. And there are so many different aspects of like Black led projects that just so happen to get the axe. But, and this is where things look bad, you don't have a problem with Ghost Rider, going forward. You don't have a problem with Vision Quest moving forward. You don't have a problem when these white male led projects are still getting pushed. And every time, and I'll give you this too, when it came to Blade, Kevin Feige's excuse was it had to be insanely great. And I get that. You don't want to do it, injustice. You want to do it properly. But the problem I have with that is you let Thor Love and Thunder go through. You let Thunderbolts, you let Fantastic Four, you let a whole lot of other movies go through in those 7 years that, I'm not saying they were trash, but they were not insanely great. So why is it that the Black-led project has to have this insanely great expectation? Yeah. But all these other movies don't. And the other disconnect is the average person that knows anything about Blade knows it doesn't have to be a multiversal, super crazy, chaotic. It ain't. No. Put that man in a trench coat and go slice some vampires.
That's it.
Right. That's it. Right. We're not asking, and it could still make $1 billion just off 100%. Of that alone. Yeah. So when it comes to that totality of like all these things not getting greenlit, Marvel can't beat these allegations. As much as I try to say, like, hey, at least they're progressive with this and this. Yeah, but at the same time, Y'all making a bad case for yourself, and it's hard to beat those allegations.
Let me ask you about the sort of atmosphere in LA right now, or in the sort of Hollywood world right now. I know a lot of people that are blurs out there, that are writers, that are comic book illustrators. My own son is an actor. My sister's an actress who actually, by the way, was in Hellstrom, which also got canceled after one season and done. And just, I know a lot of people in that world. What is the employment situation for Black writers, illustrators, you know, for people who are doing that in the industry? Are there still jobs, or are they DEIing them out?
I mean, what I've noticed is that ever since this administration came in, and ever since they've amplified the cultural war aspect of the demonization of DEI, there has been a ripple effect, whether it's on the corporate level. I mean, we see that with, you know, Target and all these other corporations and stuff, and so forth with Hollywood. Because when you think about it, it's the executives that look a certain tone, right? It's not really all that diverse the higher up you go. And because of that, certain projects are going to get greenlit. Well, if you don't have a whole lot of projects that have people that look like us, why would you hire people that look like us to go write about this, I don't know, young Washington movie, you know, George Washington movie or whatever, you know? So yeah, like, it is getting harder out there. I mean, some of my friends that are writers and people that do work in the field, you know, it was already slim pickings, but now it's getting even worse, because the projects that you would be a prominent or essential voice on, it's not getting greenlit, or it's getting canceled.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, listen, I don't know if you know about this, but I have to ask, because, you know, you got your ear to the streets. What is going on really with Children of Blood and Bone?
Oh yeah.
Like, what's going on with this actress? I mean, I'm sorry, the writer.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what is she
actually
not saying?
So from what I can tell, at least from reports, this had something to do with Amanda Steinberg basically speaking for Tommy, I think, the author of the book. And I think that the whole controversy was about, like, the main character that Amanda is playing. That character is supposed to be a lot darker skinned. And
I had a
feeling
it was casting.
They did casting, but they did it so long ago. Why the fallout now that she was still on board after she was casted, before the movie was made. Now that it's about to come out, I mean, what's up? Because we're talking about Gina. Like,
I don't think we will learn the truth until after the movie is done, because a lot of times people don't want to come out and speak on the drama, because that's not going to help your movie. I mean, you know, and I have to call out Paramount on this too. We noticed the fact that y'all dropping this in January, and dropping a Black film in January is usually actually any film in January is usually like, all right, get this out of here. Move it on. Y'all couldn't even give us Black History Month. You know, at least give us another month. Y'all couldn't even do that.
Well, at least Dr. King's birthday is in there.
Something. Give us some time to go see it. I mean, I will go see it, but you know, the writing is kind of on the wall with that. Yeah. But they don't want. No one wants to really jeopardize the success or the trajectory with this film. So you're not really going to hear a lot of information. So unfortunately, we have to play internet detective and pinpoint, okay, well, Amanda said this in the interview, and then told me she did kind of mention this in another interview on her TikTok and stuff. So from my perspective, I think what happened was Amanda basically said, Tommy endorses me, and she's fine with me as a lighter skinned person playing this role that should be and was written as a darker skinned role. And I think there was another situation where Tommy was invited to do a cameo on set of the film. And I don't know if like they got into some friction, because obviously Amanda is going to be on set, and something there happened. Something happened where that was the tipping point, and that's all we know for now.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is a long history in Hollywood of, you know, light casting female roles. Like, this is like even Spike Lee did that. You know what I mean? You look at Spike Lee's movies, other than Joie, or
Yep.
Joy, whatever her real name is, there was never anybody darker than, even his complexion. It feels like maybe, this is just, it's Hollywood. It's what they want.
Yeah.
They always want a light-skinned lead.
Yeah. Sad to say, but that color is, I mean, we're already dealing with racism. That's already an ongoing thing. Now we got to deal with colorism, which unfortunately has even affected my girl Storm. In her
Yes.
casting.
Okay,
about
can
to
we go
ask
into
about
that? Because
that.
no, let's go in the background, right? Because Storm
Okay.
is supposed to be from the same place as T'Challa. Like, my understanding, right, is that Storm is a member of that tribe, right? Or is she at least from the same world?
She's from Kenya, so
okay.
Close
nearby.
enough, right?
But I like this girl. I think this is, I mean, some people are really upset that she's not darker,
She's from Kenya.
They'll be all right. Like,
I
this
like
is one of
her.
those things where, like, you're gonna see this selective outrage just because the internet exists. But the moment this girl gets on screen, the moment she delivers these lines, I mean, keep in mind, she is a theater trained actress.
She is on Broadway. She just came off Broadway.
You don't hire, just anybody off the street to be on Broadway like that.
And who is the actress? I'm sorry, I'm behind.
Her name is Maya
Boyd. Okay.
Maya Boyd.
And people are upset that she's gonna be the new Storm. I mean, Halle Berry was Storm in the movies. Like,
but this girl is not. She's not a fair-skinned woman. Okay. She is brown.
She's
brown. Right. I mean, depending on the lighting, maybe. But
I mean, depending on the lighting, I can look light-skinned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The light on me, whatever.
With that light.
She's a brown girl. I don't get it.
We just hope that some black hair and makeup artists get work on that movie to make sure that she looks a natural looking color. That's all we ask for, is that she looks like a human or, whatever creature.
Yes. And I think, again, once people see what is on the screen, keep in mind, people didn't believe Jack Nicholson, when he was going to be Joker. And we just didn't have the internet back then. People didn't like Heath Ledger as Joker. People made fun of Michael Keaton. Mr. Mom? Batman? What?
Although, okay, I gotta ask you this question. Now we gotta ask another question. Best Joker.
What's that?
Best Joker in your view.
Oh, why you do this?
I'm sorry. And Heath is close to the answer.
Oh, can I? Okay, I'm gonna give you a curveball since you want to play it with me.
Okay.
Mark Hamill, animated Joker.
Nah, man, Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. Even though I love Heath Ledger Joker, Joaquin Phoenix shut it down. Like,
I have to give it to Mark Hamill because I feel like he has always been the prototype on the animated Batman series.
Yeah.
His voice is iconic. Everybody tries to be like him off of the animated series. And I'm not trying to put no shade on Joaquin or any. They all did their thing. But actually, worst one was Jared Leto. I can't.
Oh Lord, Jared Leto. They should literally deport him. And I'm not for deportation. I'm against it.
He got to get kicked out that fraternity.
That was wrong. Never again. Horrible. Sorry, Jackie.
But I would actually.
I knew this was going to happen. I predicted this moment.
I love Batman. That whole series is my thing.
We were going back and forth about who's your favorite Batman.
Oh, I got to give it to Michael Keaton. That's just what I grew up with. That's who I grew up with. Like that's the GOAT. I met this man in person. Nicest guy in the world. Nobody could take that away from him.
What was the guy? Nah, I like the dude who was in the one with King. The one what was his name? I'm gonna forget his name now.
Christian Bale.
Ben Affleck?
Christian Bale.
Oh,
Christian Bale. I remember
over Michael Keaton.
Yes. 100%. Worst, and I love him, was George Clooney. I'm like, this was wrong.
Yeah, come on, bat nipples? Nah,
it's like, what are we doing? And I love me some George Clooney. Now, that's one white man. I'm like, he's kind of fine, but no, he was the worst. Like, what are we doing here? This is not. This is wrong.
Joy, let me ask you this: like, you like the Batman, the Christian Bale? I only had a problem with the whole voice. I was just like, what are you doing? That was not necessary. Swear to me. Like, what are you doing?
But so did Michael Keaton did that worse. Like, Michael Keaton did it.
No, he didn't.
Michael Keaton doing that voice was driving me up the wall.
I
didn't like
it.
Michael
Keaton talked like Michael Keaton.
I like Michael Keaton's voice. I thought his voice was fine. I liked
No,
it.
yeah, he did. He did the voice too.
Not like Christian Bale.
Christian Bale sounded like he was gurgling in the morning.
But I love that movie, and I love the fact that Bane actually was the good guy. If you think about it, Bane was for the people.
Ooh, that's a
if you think about it, you got to rewatch it.
He was trying to liberate folks.
He was trying to liberate the people, and he was. So if you warp it, Batman was representing the oligarchy and trying to protect the oligarchy and the system. Bane was trying to liberate the people. And when I watched it back, I said, you know what? Yeah.
You don't think Bane was doing that through a sense of fascism, though?
See, which one is fascist, though? Which one is fascist? Because if you think about Gotham, you think about what that world is, the rich, Batman is protecting the system. He is the oligarch.
Sure.
And he's it's extrajudicial punishment. I don't know. I don't know if I think who's the fascist here. And I love Batman. Batman's my favorite, but I don't know. I think Batman might be the fascist.
I might need to. I mean, Batman got problems.
He got problems.
Batman does have problems. I love him too, right?
I mean, Joker in a way too is sort of a tragic outcome of a fascist society, but Batman is defending the oligarchic system and trying to bring order. Rather, when Bane is trying to shake it up for the people.
He's also pro-police.
Batman is 100% pro-police. He's helping
Batman's pro-police too.
He's pro-cop. Like I'm like, how are we Batman missing? Batman is not a villain.
Okay, I have ordered my groceries, so let me jump back in here.
Wait, can I ask one more question? I gotta ask Emmanuel, because let me see if we really are brother and sister from another mother. Have you ever watched the Alien movies in actual, not the order they were made, but in the order of the universe?
You talking about like Prometheus?
Put them in order.
Yeah, twice at least.
Okay,
minimum.
At least twice. At least. Each time I find something else new, I love to put them
with
in
the DVD extras.
You gotta watch the DVD.
Yeah.
My brother. Okay. We can have.
I told y'all. I am right twice today. I write twice today. That's all I must say.
Jackie's always right.
So wait.
Yes.
Let me ask you about this. Now, this is an oldie, but just because you have your ear to the streets the way that you do in these Hollywood streets, and I mean, I don't think you've spoken out about this, so I don't know if there's anything new. Lovecraft Country. Why did that end? Why did that end? What happened?
That was such my love right there.
Right?
The executives of Warner Brothers at that time, they wasn't feeling it. At least this is my interpretation. Like, I have tried to talk to Ms. Green about it. She already said that she had season 2, season 3, like in the book. She kind of leaked some of it. But when you look at what she leaked and what she teased, Black people was finna rule the world with magic. On top of that, who in Hollywood was gonna let that ride? So, I have to put on my conspiratorial hat right there, because it's like, who was about to promote on a platform as big as HBO that Black folks had a level of magical supremacy and dominance? So, I think it had more to do with that corporate executive decision making.
What about Watchmen? Why was there not a second season of Watchmen?
Because Damon Lindelof, he just didn't want to do it. They definitely wanted him to. They was like, hey, we do it, but he was just like, it took 28 years to do from the last movie or whatever. Let somebody else do it. And as much as that pains me, because I love the Watchmen TV series, and shout out to Regina King too. If the showrunner and creator is not feeling it, don't do it. And the best example I can give you is Todd Phillips and Joker 2. As good as the first Joker movie was,
absolutely.
And he was like, I'm done, like I'm good. But it made $1 billion, and then the execs was like, run it back. And he was like, I don't want to. And they was like, run it back. Here's a $20 million check. He was like, all right, fine. Here you go. Joker 2. Trash.
Yeah, it was trash.
Don't trash Watchmen again. Don't trash things just because you chasing the money.
Yeah.
So I respect it.
Okay, so Marvel Doomsday is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us everything that you know, because listen, is what's his name? Why could I can't think of his name, who played Iron Man. Is he really dead? Like, is he not coming
Tony
back?
Stark, Robert
Tony
Downey
Stark,
Jr.
yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. You gotta have Robert Downey Jr.
So
Because everybody, it just seems like nobody really dies in the Marvel universe.
Do you want the theory behind it?
I want the truth.
I don't know the truth. I don't know the truth.
I thought you were gonna say you can't handle the truth. No, give me the truth.
The theory is Tony Stark was never really meant to be Tony Stark, and he is the anomaly. And Robert Downey Jr., who now is going to play Victor Von Doom, the theory is that in every universe there's a Victor Von Doom, but it just so happened to be in our 616 universe there was a Tony Stark, and he was actually adopted. So he's the one-off, and we really should have had a Doctor Doom instead of a Tony Stark, and that whole thing caused like a ripple effect throughout the multiverse. So that's the leading theory. Don't take it as that's just the theory. As for what's gonna happen, everybody gonna die. Everybody's gonna die.
Killing everybody.
Everybody is gonna die. All them little X-Men that y'all like gonna die out of here. You know, everybody.
I don't like X-Men. I'm probably the only one in the world. I don't really dig the X-Men. They can die. They can kill them.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Look, thank you for your service.
Yeah. And the little rat, the little monk, the little rat guy, he's a little talking
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he can go. They can get rid of that.
Yeah.
No, and Ant-Man, he can go too. Bye-bye.
Oh, no, I love Ant-Man.
He should have died in the last movie.
He should have
died with Kang.
We don't need him.
He should have.
He can go. Nightcrawler, a lot of them.
But you want this though, right? You want your movies to have actual stakes, just like in Infinity War. A lot of people died. Half of the universe died.
Right.
That was real. They didn't. I mean, yes, everybody came back, but after 5 years, you have to feel that.
Yeah.
So you know, everybody gonna die. Doom's gonna win. Avengers: Secret Wars will be the next movie, I think, in 2028, and it will potentially serve as a soft reboot for the MCU. It'll give them the opportunity to kind of remember what happened in the past from 2008 when the first Iron Man movie came out to up to now, but start over with a new universe, maybe a slightly different history, and kind of give the MCU and audiences a new starting point moving forward. So you will get a new X-Men, younger X-Men, as we talked about with Storm and so on. You will get a new T'Challa. You know, everything is going to be familiar but new at the same time.
Oh, you feel like Thor and different people like that eventually there'll be a way to put different actors. They're figuring out a way to put different younger actors.
Oh yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, because if you don't you just had a whole multiverse saga for like 5 years or whatever. If you don't take that opportunity now to start recasting, are you going to do it just in between movies? Like, it's going to feel weird for people. So if you're going to do it, you might as well do it when the story makes it make sense also. So if you're going to have a multiversal, cosmic event, this is the best time to do it, and I've said this too. I know it might not be popular for people. Hugh Jackman, thank you, but you got to go. You don't until you're 90. We
time
just don't.
To go.
It's time. Like, just get somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I keep trying to tell people Wolverine and Jean Grey always have this weird little thing. You don't want Hugh Jackman old self and Sadie Sink. It's gonna look weird. It's not gonna look right.
It's getting weird.
If y'all want Henry Cavill, go get him. But don't y'all put that old man with that young girl. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I love
even Henry Cavill a little longer than 2. Yeah.
He is. I'm just saying, at least knock off 10 years.
Yeah.
At least knock off 10.
No,
because Hugh Jackman like 50, 60 some years old now.
He got to stop. You know what?
Yeah.
I've always had a question. Growing up, I always liked Superman, but I feel like Superman has never succeeded as a film. Like, they've never made a good, and I don't know why. Other than Christopher Reeve's like classic, they've had a hard time getting Superman to work. I think what they got to do with Superman is piss off the right and do a black Superman. They need to shake up the Superman franchise. Like, we might need a black Superman.
We do
There's a
have
black
black
Superman?
Superman. There are the Val Zod, Calvin Ellis. Like there are black Supermen in existence. Supposedly Michael B. Jordan was going to pitch one to WB, but that fell through. But to your point, and this is more of an issue. It's an issue with Superman. When you look at, let's say, Superman and Batman, or Superman and Spider-Man, the biggest difference is the fact that Superman doesn't have a lot of flaws. And that's always been the quote unquote Superman problem, even in the comic books from the 1950s on.
Yeah.
He was so powerful, it didn't make sense. Like people was like,
no
all
one
right,
could beat him. Like he's
just
a
throw him in the
god.
sun. You know, just flick him. Like you're done, right? Problem solved. You know, so you know they had to come up with kryptonite. They had to make him feel like, you know, have loneliness issues. You know, like they had to create these things because he was becoming unrelatable. Batman, everybody lost a parent at some point or a loved one, and that grief is something that can, like, you can channel. Spider-Man, this man is broke. He lost his uncle, he lost his auntie, he ain't got no friends, like he's struggling in school, like that he's making $2 point something billion in the theaters because we relate to that. Right. So or the X-Men, they're the allegory, the you know, the representation of discrimination. Who hasn't felt discriminated against?
Well, I mean, Cap was that too, because Cap was corny. Like Cap started out as a very corny character, but it grew on you. You know, it kind of grew on us because that was a corny ass character too, and he didn't have no flaws either.
Yeah, and that's the thing, when you make these characters a little bit too right, too perfect, I don't have nothing to attach myself to. I don't have anything to care about. You know, so if you don't have a flaw built into a superhero character that you can relate to, then you don't have anything to look forward to for that character to overcome. Think about Tony Stark. We love Tony Stark because he was that arrogant, you know, selfish billionaire who eventually learned how to become a little bit more humble and, you know, altruistic and so on and so forth. So we like those character arcs. Superman ain't got that. You know, I mean, they're trying, but there's only so far you can go with him.
Well, okay, we got to talk about, because you brought up Spider-Man, and I love Tom Holland right now as Spider-Man, but my absolute favorite is that multiverse with Miles.
Miles Morales.
Who is going to get casted in this? It like, do you know anything? Or who would you like to see in that role? And when is it going to get made? I don't want what happened to Blade to happen to this.
Yes, right. I don't know who will be, because they haven't even started the search yet, so we don't really know who. My hope is that whoever they cast does at least have the Puerto Rican and black background, because that's essential to his character. Right, like he is a black and Puerto Rican character, and that I mean, that's the way he talks, that's the way his family's operating. Like he goes back and forth in English and Spanish. Like we need that aspect. So, you know, I know a lot of times people are like, oh, just hire this black actor, this black American. Listen, I'm just saying, this is the one time it actually matters to the character. Let's try to get that right. So I honestly don't care who they hire for that, as long as it's true to the character. And if you think about it, Marvel, they have a track record of not missing when it comes to casting. They might make bad movies here and there, but who they cast is usually not bad. So I trust them with that. As for when it's coming, Amy Pascal, Kevin Feige, and even Tom Holland have all said after Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out. So once we get this last animated film with Miles Morales, that's when the live action Miles Morales will probably start going with the casting, and they'll start with production. And Rothman, who is the chairman at Sony, he already said, we're not doing any more of those spinoffs. Like, that's it. Thank God. No more Morbius, no Madam Web, no Venom. Just straight up Spider-Man, and that's it. So I think sometime in 2028, that's when we can start looking forward to a live action Miles Morales.
I have another industry question. We know Disney's on the one side, you know, put them to the side. does the Paramount merger, which is still in court, people are still going back and forth, does it end up impacting this part of the industry, the sort of comic world?
I don't think it will directly impact it, only because Paramount hasn't really. Well,
Warner. They would own Warner.
Yeah, it might if they change up the organizational structure that DC Studios operates under, because right now under Zaslav, James Gunn and Peter Safran have complete autonomy to do whatever they want to do.
Right. And my problem is that the younger the son,
Ellison,
David Ellison, he thinks he's a filmmaker, like in his mind, because he he funded Top Gun. He thinks he's a filmmaker, and I definitely he's an interferer. And I could see him being like, now I'm in control. I'm the captain now. And just screwing that whole thing up.
I'm hoping that's not the case. And this is kind of the argument I've made only to my audience as well. I don't care where your politics lie. I don't want any entertainment, media, press entity commingling with the government. That's
right.
It doesn't matter if it's left, right, whatever. You don't want your government dictating what a press, media, entertainment company does. And we already have evidence of this, because we wasn't going to get no Rush Hour 4. Nobody was asking for that. But
that's right.
Asked for it. And what happened? Immediately greenlit.
Yeah.
Now we're having it. I don't want that.
That movie is probably going to have themes in it that are pleasing to the government. Like, I don't want my superheroes basically advertising for the Trump regime and advertising their politics in the movies. Like, the movies are great because it's a separate universe that's not our real world. And if they start using them for propaganda, which they did in the if we're going to be honest, Captain America and those comics were actually used for propaganda back in the day. And if our government gets back into that business, then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to enjoy a Marvel movie or a DC comic, because they're all going to be pushing messages from the government. And that's my
fear. You will the chance of seeing daring stories or daring portrayals is going to be far less.
Yeah.
Good luck seeing female-led solo movies. That's correct. Good luck seeing people of color and female like Black Panther 4?
No,
I don't think so.
It'll Wonder just be Woman? White superheroes, very vanilla. They'll try to go back to the 40s, and it'll be because it wasn't Green Lantern in the comics black. Like, they're just literally like, everybody will be white. Yeah. And that'll be the end of that. And it'll just be white, bland, pro-government movies.
That's it. Pro-military,
pro-military.
Yeah, that's it. Don't let them ever criticize, because even in Superman, the latest one that came out, they use fictitious, countries, but it sure did look like they was talking about a certain Middle Eastern country. It looked like it.
It looked like it.
Would that happen under the merger? I don't know. I don't think it would.
Yeah.
Nope.
So,
well, Emmanuel, we it's so good to have you here. And like I said, this right here, y'all are siblings now. You're welcome.
Thank you. Our new cousin, E-Man.
Our new cousin, E-Man. So, E-Man, where can they find you? I know you're on YouTube. What's the handle? How can everybody find your wonderful work?
Yeah, E-Man's Reviews. You can find me on all the social platforms, the TikToks and the Instagrams and the YouTubes. YouTube, I do go live. I cover everything that you guys are probably talking about. About to do Lanterns now. We do a Friday live where I cover all the entertainment news in the week and give you my color commentary as well.
I love it. Let me hit subscribe right now. I am now a subscriber. I'm getting that done even as we speak.
Follow him on Instagram too. Follow him on Instagram.
I'm gonna follow you on the gram. I'm about to get all the things, my brother. Look, I love it. I
got the spicy takes over there. I got the spicy stuff. I kept it PG for y'all.
Spicy take. Give me the spicy take.
Oh yeah, he gets spicy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right, Emmanuel, thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I am an official subscriber. I popped on over.
I told you. I said, y'all
subscribe right now. How did I not know about this brother? What have I been?
I'm telling you, he is amazing. And once you go and look at his stuff and follow him, you're going to be like, oh my God, he's so right. Oh, I love this. I love his opinion on this. I
I
mean,
love
he's
it.
so good at this. He's so good at this.
He's great. No, I love his vibe. I think his vibe is great, and he's so knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable
And I
about
am a
all of
subscriber.
it. Really on top of
Yes, 100%.
it.
Look at that. All right.
Well, we wanted to talk about the situation with Trump and these horses that you may have seen, like all these wild horses galloping on your social media. That video has been everywhere. Well, the Trump administration has decided to round up tens of thousands of wild horses. Look at them, scaring them. These horses are wild and free, never been saddled, never had to work, for a living. And they're tracking. You see men running down there to catch them, and they are going to sell them. They've been selling them because the rumor was, oh, they're going to turn up at auction, and they were going to be sold for They're being sold for $25 a horse, and they're being sent to slaughter for meat, materials, glue, all the things, which is so heartbreaking. I mean, as a vegan, it's just as a person, I mean, I don't know how your heart doesn't break for what's happening here. And what I've been hearing, I didn't read this actual fact, is that the Trump administration wants that land.
They want the land. And this is, this is the Israelization of America and everything. If you want the land in Palestine, you just genocide the people and you take the land and you put your, Jared Kushner development on it. If you're in the West Bank and you want the land, you just literally harass and murder the people, run them out their house or move into their houses, live in the house till they finally leave, and then you take their land. When people want your land, we killed all the indigenous people to take their land in this country, and now they want the land those horses are on. So they took them off the endangered species list or whatever protection the federal government had always given them, cleared it. So now they're allowed to kill them, and now they're slaughtering them, and they're going to take the land probably for oil. I'm assuming there's oil under there, or copper, or coal, or some other dirty shit they want to drag out of the earth. And now their horses are in the way, so they're killing them.
And we're talking like
sick.
Almost 50,000 horses.
Sick. It's sick.
50,000. It's
sick.
so crazy,
and it's sick. But this is their, they're also doing this in Alaska. They're literally physically destroying the country because they are so desperate to find every drop of oil and coal and natural gas that's underneath the beautiful, western expanses of the country. And the land and the animals are just in their way, and they're greedy for more oil. We should be off oil. China is so far ahead of us in solar and wind. We don't want that. They are in bed with the oil people, and they want to drill everywhere. It's sick. So and yes, the weather will get worse, and we will have more storms and more blackouts. So You're welcome.
Well, moving on to our last story, and that is that I think it's our last story, that Target is, oh my God, in trouble
Lord
again.
Have mercy.
So Target put up for sale this Halloween costume. They're on your right. I think it's the one with a lot of the orange. That's a Halloween costume for this year. They said it was a clown, or it's supposed to be a clown, but you see the minstrel character next to it, and this has been why this costume has been such a problem for Black people, and some white people too have chimed in and said that it is, in their opinion, racist. Some people were very concerned and upset about it. Target took the costume away.
Apologize.
Apology, but it's empty because Target is Target now. So,
and by the way, it's interesting that they immediately put up an apology because they got called out for this minstrel costume with a little Black boy in it, just to make sure that you're being very clear what the costume was.
Right.
And they have never, not for 1 second, apologized for removing DEI. Now, had they still had DEI and had people inside their company doing diversity, equity, and inclusion, they might have caught this costume on the way to these shelves and said, oh, we shouldn't put that out there, because there would have been somebody Black around to tell them don't do it. But since they got rid of DEI, they didn't have anyone to tell them this is a dumb idea and it's going to cost you money. So now that they freaked out and apologized, my question is, number one, Isn't this why you should have kept DEI? Number two, why don't you apologize for getting rid of DEI? You fools. You are going to stay boycotted forever. That's FOREVER. I will never. There's nothing Target could do to get me back in there. I don't give a damn if they give $1 billion a year to HBCUs, hire a black president, decide to sell Barack Obama and Michelle Obama dollies in the front of the Target. I don't give a damn. There's nothing Target could do. You're boycotted for life. You're done. We're divorced. I never want you back. And you don't even need to pay me no alimony because I hate you and I don't want you around anymore. Target, you're dead to me. You've been dead to me anyway. I was already still boycotted. Love you, Jamal Bryant, but I never ended my Target fast. And now my Target fast is a Target permanent boycott. Y'all selling minstrel costumes. F y'all.
I can't just put a black child in there, like you mentioned. That's just like the icing on the cake of being insulted. I can't believe that they did that. But yeah, you know, it was like I was such a Target girly for years.
Me too.
I love Target. I mean, and it was some withdrawal letting it go. Yes. You know what I mean? Especially when there were black business owners who had their products in there. I was like, oh,
I was a Target girl because I boycotted Walmart first because Walmart treats their employees like shit. Walmart is the largest welfare agency in the country. Most of the people who work in Walmart are on public assistance because they pay them so little and don't give them good benefits. So I was like Walmart, F you. And I went straight from Super Walmart, where we used to get diapers, they were affordable, to Super Target. And I was a Target girl. They had cute clothes. The Massimo clothes were so cute. We used to get all our kids' uniforms, school uniforms, all their school supplies. You can get cute furniture in Target. Remember, they targeted with HGTV. I would buy little furnishings. I would buy little pots and pans and dishes. I was a Target girl. And then when Michelle Obama had that dress, baby, we ran in there to get that dress. We were Target girls. Black women were Target's base. And they're based in Minneapolis. And after George Floyd was killed, because they're Minneapolis based, they said, we're going to do DEI. They did 5 year of Essence. They did a 5-year sponsorship with Essence. They suddenly were throwing money to the National Council of Negro Women, NAACP, Urban League. They funded everything Black after George Floyd because they're in Minneapolis. And then all of a sudden when Trump came along and said, oh, forget that. We hate y'all.
No, but wait. Because some of those organizations are still taking money from Target.
They still giving the money. They still give the money.
Stop that.
They kept giving the money because they thought they could take away DEI, change it, say we're doing inclusion, and then still slide some money to Black organizations, which is what they're doing,
which is hypocritical of those organizations to take that money, while we're just saying we're not going to shop there. You know what I mean? So
no one should take their money. I agree. No one should take their money. Essence Fest took it because they were on a 5-year deal. But I'm like, you should have said, sue me. I would have said, you're canceled. You can't come to Essence Fest no more. You can't be here. And if you want to sue us, sue us. They would have never sued you because they would have been too scared for the, for this lawsuit. So they should have just told them, we done with you. The red and white and the little dog, take your little dog on. Take it. We love the real dog, but that little white dog and a little red stripe thing, take it on. And I will never go in there. I don't care. Never, ever. They like Woolworths back in the day. We shouldn't have never gone to Woolworth's ass anymore either. Motherfuckers.
I know.
Never.
We need our own Target. Wouldn't that be something to have a Black-owned store that's like a Target, set up just like a Target, where you have everything you need, but they're all Black businesses.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That would be amazing. Anyway,
we should call it Target.
And that's what we should call it, like McDonald's and McDowell's.
Like McDowell's.
We're coming to America, McDowell's. We'll call it Target.
Then Woolworth, Christine Blackman said, Woolworths learned the hard way. It can't, and 100%, it ain't here no more. Remember what happened to Woolworths? Woolworths tried to play with us, and we walked away. Now, we should have stayed with Sears and Roebuck, but Sears used to do that catalog. They used to get around segregation because they made that catalog so our mamas and our grandmamas could shop. But they went away. And look, all these things go away. You can go away too, Target. They lost $12 billion. I think in market cap, like 12 billion, like a crazy number. I might be calling it. Let me get the real number. They lost something like 12 billion, and they keep lying and saying it's because of tariffs. No, baby, y'all lost that money because Black women are done with you.
Stop shopping.
Done with you. Stop shopping there.
We weren't coming to buy that costume, no way. But it shouldn't be available to anybody.
No, because little white kids are gonna buy it and make it on a Black kid.
Still a problem, right? Exactly.
They have lost $12.4 billion in market value since the boycott has begun. $12.4 billion. Don't say we don't have power. Don't say we don't have power.
We
We
have a
do.
lot of it. We just
Denny's.
don't know how to harness it. We just don't know
That's
what to
right.
do with it, right? We're just in
Yeah.
so many different, we go in so many different directions.
We go in too many places. Let's support Costco. You know, they are with us. If you're not with us, we're not with you. Why should? And they never apologize. They
They're
ran
not
out and
going
apologized for
to.
the costume.
They're not going to.
So,
They'll apologize for the costume, but they're not going to apologize for that because they stand with it. They stand with this administration in that way, or they're afraid of it.
correct.
So they're not going to apologize for it.
Nope. Nope. So we should
That ain't
say
not-
we ain't apologizing neither. We're not shopping there.
we're
How
not
about that?
either. We're not
If you can
going.
help it. If you're in a food desert and the only place you can get fresh vegetables, go on into if you don't have a choice. But if you have a choice, there's got to be other places. The BLAP is a great app, BLAPP, where you can find everything you can find in Target, and they will show you a Black place to buy it. It's called BLAP, BLAPP. Download that app, and you can put your little zip code in there and find everything you can find, even toilet paper, Black-owned toilet paper. They can find everything. BLAP.
People
And
were
I'm not an
saying that-
investor, so I'm not doing this to make money. Go ahead.
Y'all, did we miss somebody else who died aside from Dolly Parton today? Because earlier in the chat, y'all were putting a bunch of people
Yeah.
putting a name in.
The guy from the Five Heartbeats.
Oh, which one?
Right.
Oh, hold on.
Who?
Michael Wright.
Oh,
Yes, Michael Wright of the Five Heartbeats died at 70. Oh no.
Oh my God.
He was only 70.
Wow.
Let's see what TMZ is saying. Yes, he was 70 years old. He was in Sugar Hill and the Five Heartbeats. Died according to his family. He died Wednesday in Los Angeles after he suffered heart failure, coupled with complications of a rare degenerative neurological disease called Markavi-Fava-Bignami. Man. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
he was Eddie Kane. Eddie Kane in the Five Heartbeats.
He was Eddie Kane in the Five Heartbeats. Wow.
Wow. Oh well.
But I'm sad about Dolly, y'all. I am sad about it. Did we miss any stories we were trying to do here?
No,
Donald Trump has ordered flags.
We got through the bulk of it.
Donald Trump has ordered flags at half staff for
Dolly?
For Dolly. I don't think he understands how Dolly probably felt about his ass, so maybe he doesn't know. But he hasn't said anything about Gary, Indiana, or Memphis, Tennessee, to my knowledge. But he has ordered flags at half staff to honor Dolly Parton.
Didn't he try to stop the flags from going half staff when Jimmy Carter died? No,
yes, he did.
Was it?
That was him. He didn't want.
Was it
He didn't
him?
put them. He didn't do flags at half staff for Jimmy Carter in Washington, D.C. He did not. And he didn't want them anywhere in any embassy or any place around the world for Jimmy Carter.
So.
But he showed up at the funeral and then talked up Barack Obama like he was trying to become his best friend.
Yeah, I remember that. I was mad at Barack about that.
I know. She just chilled with him and yapped it up with him.
I had a problem with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, you guys, we are going to wrap things up here. Read this, read that. But we do want to remind you, I want to remind you to go on your Instagram account. Go to NBC's SNL account. It's NBC SNL for Saturday Night Live. And on there's a post that they put up like maybe about 4 or 5 days ago that asks, who do you want to host the show and who do you want the musical guest to be? You choose your musical guest. But here's who we want you to put down as hosting the show, Joy-Ann Reid, right? So add her so they can find her and see her name. So it lights up a little bit different when you add the person. But put her name in there, you guys, so they can see. Because she needs to be hosting. I want you to host it.
Ooh wee. What's up with that? What's up with that? Say what's up. If I go on there, they have to. My man has to do what's up with that. He has to do it. I must be.
Yeah, he's still there, so you can still. Can you imagine? And you in the writers' room would be
Keenan
amazing.
and me. Yeah, me and Keenan doing what's up with that. I would. It's a dream. It would be a dream come true.
And you got to bring back the girl who played you.
Oh my gosh! Yes, we definitely need to do that. Yes,
you got to bring her back.
Yes, we got to be on there together. I love it.
Oh my gosh, we're planning the whole show. I love it.
We're gonna plan the whole show. It'll be amazing. Well, I appreciate you, Jackie Reid, and we will see Jackie Reid tomorrow night on the Joy Reid Show. Tune in because she will be on there making this pitch again to the Joy Reid Show audience. But in the meantime, Be sure to support our soror sister, cousin, friend this way. I don't know which way she is, Camille. Jackie Reid, who's doing all the amazing things in addition to being a college professor. Professor Jackie Reid, but you have to enroll at FAMU to take her class. So if you don't want to do that, just support her at vegansexycool.com. Get yourself vegan, sexy, and cool all at the same time. Also, I keep the Jackie Reid experience. We can get all the stories where we're going to work on the book. Go ahead and just put book in the chat. You understand what we know. You know what that's about. Yes. And then of course,
I got a book
vetted.
update for you. I got a book
Oh,
update.
give it. Let me hear
Not
it.
for
No,
you,
say
not
it.
for them, for you.
Oh, for me. Okay. Afterwards,
Give
we're
me
gonna
your
get a book update.
schedule and I'll figure out when I can come.
I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. And then also, of course, vetted, which of course is Jackie's guide that comes right to your email. That's going to tell you good stuff to eat, good stuff to wear, good stuff to do, and just giving you all the things. So support Miss Jackie Reid, and she'll send you her schedule when you send her an email.
And be sure to support this lady, Joy-Ann Reid. Just go to joyannreid.com. You don't have to go to all these different places. Go to joyannreid.com, and that will be your guide to all things Joy-Ann. YouTube, Substack, TikTok, this, that. She's everywhere.
I'm every woman.
Yes, she
Yes.
is. So just go there, follow her, show her some love on Substack and YouTube, especially on YouTube, trying to get her.
We're so close. Oh my
Oh.
God, we're less than 4,000 away from 500,000 subscribers at thejoyreidshow.com. If you pop onto thejoyreidshow.com right quick, just how I popped on and I subscribed to E-Man, that's how quick you can do it. I literally did it while we were talking. It takes 2 seconds. Please go on to thejoyreidshow.com. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It would really help us, the algorithm. And also don't forget to subscribe here. If y'all are here, you're probably already cousins, but if you're not, lurking does not help your favorite content creators. If you love the content you're getting here, please hit subscribe, please hit like, please engage in the comments. That is literally how your favorite creators online are able to keep creating. That is what YouTube requires. That is the algorithm. It's very thirsty. Hit like and subscribe on all of our things. We appreciate y'all. Don't cost you nothing. But if you want to pay, if you want to support, you can also step up. You can level up and become a member. Thank you to everyone who gifted memberships, all our wonderful board members, our editorial board members, our book babes. We appreciate y'all so much for sowing a seed into this amazing media business that we've created, because we're doing this for you. We do this because we need fun. Black women need fun. We don't just need news, we need fun. And we bring the fun, damn it.
I'm doing a level up dance by because you said level up. I'm level up. I was doing that.
All right, y'all, go to Don, damn it.
He ain't there, girl. You know
he ain't even there.
But y'all, it's been real. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.